I welcome everyone to Wizards Outlook. We're joined by Cardo Dudley Jr., Raymond Lyons, I'm Wilson Tarpe Jr. The Washington Wizards, they just got back home. They hosted the Dallas Mavericks tonight. The Mavericks were without a couple of players. That said, the Mavericks beat the Wizards 130-117. Big night off the bench from Tim Hardaway Jr. Luka did what it is that Luka does. Had some other folks stand out in this one. But Ray, you were in the building. I want to start with you. What are your thoughts on what happened, what transpired this evening?
At least they ain't waste our time tonight. They let us know what it was off the break. They were committed to to the foolery early. Um, 41-point first quarter by the Mavericks just set the tone for the evening, and it was all downhill from there. They just got everything they wanted. Uh, like the first two possessions, they hit back-to-back threes on basically the same action. Luka drives, the help comes, he kicks to the corner, and it's an open three-pointer. Yeah, this the Wizards were never in this game. Um, yeah, it just gets repetitive at this point, man. Like it teams just have zero respect for them, and given how the Wizards have played so far this season, this season, they shouldn't. I mean, they're not giving any resistance. They give up clean looks regularly. It's very little presence on the inside. Teams getting the paint and have no concern of anything that's going on down there defensively for the Wizards. So yeah, it's a lot of holes in this thing. And then offensively, they're erratic. They're not getting anything easy. Between Poole and Kuzma, they were 12 for 35. You can't have Seth Curry and Tim Hardaway Jr. outplay your main two guys. That spells disaster, and that's what we got tonight, man. It was just it was a tough one, man. It was tough to get through this one, but yeah, on the Maverick side, like I said, man, they came in and just walked straight through the Wizards. They shot 52% from the field, 40% from three. Pretty much the only thing they did wrong tonight was they shot 58% from the line, 17 for 29. If they were making their free throws, this would have been even worse. So yeah, they came in and handled business as they should have. And yeah, as we continue to say a lot, the Wizards got a lot of things to think about.
Cardo.
Like Ray said, it's repetitive. Their non-existent defense is just dooms them. 40-point quarters have become the norm over the last few years, but I'm just going to focus on normally when you come in, especially if you're a bad defensive team, you're looking to just take something away to help your cause. Okay, so coming into the game, the Mavericks, they average 122.8 points. Clearly, they topped that today. Their offensive rating was 120.7. Tonight it was 122. They also came into this game number one in three-point makes, number one in three-point attempts, number one in three-point shooting percentage. They tied their three-point makes at 17. They were one under their three-point attempts, 42 for the game as a team. They came in number one in the league, shooting 39% from three. They shot 40%. I can keep going, but y'all get where I'm trying to go with this. Not only did the Wizards not take their main strengths away, they actually were better. They bettered their average, which makes it even worse. So I'm harping on that because it's just like, my man, like if you're not even gonna keep them in their average, you're not gonna take something away. What are we doing here? You have no hope. You see what I'm saying? And with that being said, had y'all got off to a better start, y'all actually might have had a chance to win this game. I get Kyrie's out, but Tim Hardaway more than stepped up and carried it over. He had 31. So again, it comes back to pride. Second half, The Wizards outscored on what, 66-59. It was a close second quarter, 30-25. That first quarter literally did you in. So at this point, what is it going to be? The bench points, 57-42. Tim Hardaway went crazy. So we understand why he had 31 of those. You can't stop Luka. Why don't you try to slow down the other guy that's getting off or whatnot? They literally take nothing away, man. Literally nothing away. Two plays that jumped out to me. I saw Lively pick and roll action. He gets the ball, pulls right there. All right, man, just take the hard foul. They make him earn it from the free throw line. Not only is he not physical enough to try to get him a hard foul, he does a soft little wave, taps him, Lively gets a 3-point play. A couple plays later, Luka gets the rebound, they all to the races. Lively beats Poole. He gets behind Poole and beats him down the court and gets a monster dunk. I'm like, my man, you a guard. That should never happen. A 7'1" guy should not beat a 6'4", 6'5" guy back, ever. Those are the little things that add up. That right there is 5 points. That had you just been fundamentally sound defensively, you keep that away possibly. Or at least make it difficult where, all right, you got to operate in the half court. Instead of just getting easy basket that deflates. I talked about this for years. When the dam breaks in certain parts with certain players, guess what other players start doing? Overcompensating. So they try to do more than their actual job because they feel like they have the guard for 2 dudes because they no longer trust the other guy. And that's what you have going on with the Wizards galore. I actually like with Koulibaly, he actually played the best defense on Luka. He made Luka have to pass the thing up with his length. Like he was closing out with airspace with purpose. He wasn't going anywhere. He wasn't intimidated. That's what I mean. That right there, you get Luka until proven otherwise. Unless he start going off, Rook. I mean, damn. I mean, we might as well try to Rook anybody else getting it done. It's just, man, we can look at so much, man. It's just so much wrong right now with this thing, man. I like until they just, like I said, get a sense of pride and really just want to buckle down and do what's necessary to put themselves in the best position to win games. You're gonna keep getting more of this. They're now 2-9. Obviously, the schedule's not gonna get any easier. Teams are getting better. They're getting more acclimated. Chemistry's getting stronger. It's getting close to that point where we say by mid-December, you are what you are. I think it's safe to say the Wizards are what they are. We ain't even got to wait that long.
Yeah, there's no need to add on to what you guys said, but it's never good when the others have a very easy, relaxing night. Derek Lively shot 7 to 8, and it's not a knock on Derek Lively or Derek Jones Jr., but how the Mavs are constructed. Ain't nobody calling plays for Derek Lively and Derek Jones Jr. on a regular basis. What'd you get from those two? 37? You brought up Tim Hardaway going off without Kyrie being off, but that's 37 out of 2 members of your starting lineup where Derek Jones on the season, like this season, 8.7 points a game. Again, not a knock on him, just where they are in the pecking order, right? Like Cardell said, you didn't take anything away. You almost enhanced them. Both him and Lively came into this game averaging 8.3, 8.4 points a game. You should be trying to take things away, not give others more opportunity. And that's exactly what this was. So, again, not going to belabor the point by any means. Player of the game for you guys, I guess we all know who it is.
Luka, and he played with him. What do you have, 21, like 4 and 2 at the half? He only scored 5 points in the second half. He was in cruise control.
I feel like this one might be easy too. X Factor.
Tim Hardaway. Might as well just say Tim Hardaway. You could go Lively too. I mean, it's so many X Factors.
Tim Hardaway, Lively, Jones, like you guys said, there's options, which is a disturbing thing. Like you said, typically most teams will go into a game where you take the others away when you know you don't have answers for some guys you just typically don't have answers for. Take everybody else away. And this was everybody joined the party. Everybody joined the party. The exact opposite.
It's over. You get a bucket. You get a bucket. Everybody. It's over, man.
All right, we got a couple comments here. Who do you guys have the Wizards under or over 23 games this season?
Let's see. What are they? 2-9 right now?
Yeah.
Lord Jesus. I'm gonna ask the panel. It ain't that hard.
Yeah.
Are they gonna be the Knicks? That's what I'm saying. They beat Memphis.
Man, the answer is no until the buzzer sounds and they got more points than the other team.
That's what I'm saying.
They have zero benefit of the doubt.
Exactly. Like we can go through the schedule, though. Like who? They beat Memphis. And everybody's beating Memphis. I know they got another one, but that was just an off night for them. You talking about 23? I'm honestly just hoping they don't beat the Sixers record. With the Sixers at 9 wins back in the set, I'm just hoping they don't go out like that because that's bad.
Yeah. The fact that that's a question that garners pause is just disturbing in its own right, and this is where they've put themselves. Yeah, I don't know, man, because as Ray said, from night to night, there's not one thing where we'd be like, hey, at least we know this is happening. The things that we could do that for, like typically the negative things. So, yeah, I don't know. Right? I don't know at all. All right, we'll slide on to this one. The bad basketball team, there's one bright spot. It's Denny and Bilal.
Yeah, I mean, but I just hope the rug don't let this. This is not your mess, rug. This is bad. Long before you got here, you just come here and just be the best you can. I'm serious. He just got to be his own leader. He be the best you can. You see what not to do. You see a lot of what not to do. Don't do none of that. The little good you do. There's some professionals in the locker room, Tyus Jones and all that. You see what they're doing, follow that lead, and you'll be all right in your career. Because I see the effort, I see the talent. It's just the same that some of his more veteran teammates won't do than little things that he's willing to do naturally. And I have to correct myself. That Sixers team is actually in 72-73 season is actually not the worst. The Bobcats is. Yeah, I think the 11-12 Bobcats. Yeah, it got bad. That was like the lockout year, I think. So yeah, 7-59. So they had 7 wins. So they have the worst record in NBA history. So I don't know the way this team looking. I'm not any confident they could be there. Are y'all? I'm just asking.
Hold my beer.
I hope not. I hope it's not hold my beer. But again, just once again, these things are up to them. Like these are all things they can control if they so choose.
And like they just lost 3 games in a row that they should have won. So we don't have to be here, but here we are.
And again, as you just said, Ray, those were the winnable ones. There's going to be somewhere we know what time it is that night. Some folks, you can be walking into a couple flying death machines and just being honest, like people at different places in their lives, organizations are at this time. There's going to be a couple of those nights. And that's why these past 3 hurt the way they do for them because it's missed opportunities.
And think about it. Have y'all even thought lately of last year's lottery pick? Like even thought of, not even like recognize as playing. You don't even think about it. Come on now. That doesn't happen with other organizations. Normally if they're playing bad, you're aware they're playing bad. If they're playing good, they're gonna get. I'm not dog. You don't even notice them. It's like you don't even hear nothing. You've got to go to games and look for them. That's an indictment, and that's what I'm saying. It's so much wrong with this franchise. It's hard to just point a finger and pinpoint what's the blame. But it always starts at the top. No new ownership came in. You can't look at them. They just inherited it. So they trying to figure out what we need to do to weed out the mess and bring in something. But why would anybody want to come here?
It's that slow total rebuild, and there's some ugliness at the start of slow rebuilds, and we're looking smack dab at it. And the worst part is, it shouldn't be that bad. But again, those opportunities about folks having this opportunity and kind of just throwing that opportunity away.
Bro, think about it. They got the Knicks Friday, they got the Bucks, then they got the Hornets, who they just lost to. Then they got the Bucks again, then they got the Hawks, then they got the Pistons Magic. You might finish the rest of this month 0-4. It's like highly probable you will not win another game this month. So I don't know what else to say though. And it starts on defense. They're clearly scoring enough.
They're ranked. What are they? Aren't they like first in pace? Like they're in a very decent place on the offensive end. Like, and this is the most disturbing part, bro. We're not even asking you to be top 10 or anything. Just try on that end. Like just some accidental timely stops, and you're probably 500. That's the craziest part about it. Just a few timely stops. What'd you say, Cardo? Just those little moments, those little spurts that happen. Bad shots turn. Those little spurts.
5 minute spurt may win you the game. When you just lock down, they don't score. Just 5 minutes.
You talking about tonight?
You talking about tonight? Right. You lost him. That hurt.
Yeah.
When he went down, like, it will be a defender. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need all the help you can get on that end. Denny always gonna give you effort. It ain't many. But it's crazy because I guarantee you can go on about 95% of the crowd. Just go on Capital One and be like, look, man, give you 6 figures to $1 million if you just come out here and play defense. Man, he can have a beer in his hand with a beer belly. He gonna be like, and he gonna give you maximum effort for that money. He could be totally out of shape. So why can't these world-class dudes in shape do that? I just don't understand, man. Where's your motivation at? Now it's about pride, bro. Y'all, they playing with y'all. Did Luka sweat? It was easy.
Bro, all I know is I saw that man openly giggling throughout the first half. He already go at his own pace. My man had that joint downshifted to start the game. And he never had to.
He was going to shoot around speed, like not paying him no mind.
This tonight was just like, let's go ahead and get the game over with early so y'all can rest. You ready to fly up out of here. That's all that was.
And they executed that plan to a T. Came out, put up 40 in the first, and some of the things you guys have mentioned, several times, through 10 games, 11 games this season, you come out, teams that end up hitting Washington early, they able to kind of coast for a bit. Sometimes you have the nights where the youngsters come in and make a furious rally, but then it's just holding somebody off, but the damage was done already. Like you touched the mat already. You know what I'm saying? Like you had this standing 8 already. So,
bro, they Michael Spinks and all the other teams Mike Tyson, man. That's all it is. Right. As soon as the tip off, they looking down. The other team just looking down Mike Tyson, like what's about to happen.
Like again, if you give up 60 in this first half, is a different game. 71.
No, don't even say 60, dog. That's still ridiculous.
That's still too high. Well, hey, look, I didn't want to say 50 because I don't believe it's possible. I felt wrong saying 50 when we I'm gonna leave that alone. At this point, I don't expect anything when the Wizards folks below and then you see how they play. Hey man,
you already at that point in November.
Yeah, shouldn't be here, but. And again, those opportunities.
Protect your peace, my brother.
It's officially time to focus on young guys and our young duo. Hey, man, you shouldn't be here already, but you are. It is what it is. Hey, they came into it, gave 2 young fellas opportunity to see what they could be. They looked at the opportunity, apparently declined it ever so generously, and you move on to part 2. You find the guys who you're going to build the foundation of your culture with. That's it. That's where we're at. Shouldn't be here in 11 games, but we here. Anything could change, but again, it's they control that. We can't, y'all can't. They control that. But if y'all have nothing else, we will see y'all Friday after Friday's game. So y'all have a great one.